some food, and I'm going to show you what I eat. Don't know what I'm going to eat, but I make a lot of kind of intuitive decisions throughout the day. I don't really plan my food all the time, and I think I should probably show you more often, because this is obviously a fitness channel and I don't really show a lot of what I eat, and I do always eat within my, you know, calorie, macronutrient goals, etc. So maybe it will give you guys some ideas if anyone has similar targets to me, or if you struggle with fitting in certain things. So let's go eat. I want one. Is it bad to pick them?
No.
I think that's what we found fun. If you're filming this now, I'm gonna get killed for wrecking nature and stuff. So this is what we got to eat. Salad. It's real good, man. You gotta eat organic, you know, fresh and vegan, non-GMO.
So I get lemonade. This looks so nice.
It's good, man. Very much. Could I get an Americano as well, please, if you don't mind? Thank you. So we got sweet potato and carrot soup along with some brown bread, no butter. So I'm not on a particularly like low calorie diet by any means, 2,850 calories, and the most dominant macronutrient I have is carbohydrate. So I'm on 380 grams of carbs a day. So if I'm eating a snack out, I'm going to look for something that is like more so carbohydrate dominant and not something that's filled with fat. So that's why you'll see that I've just got plain bread, we don't have any butter added there, and I've got a soup that is vegetable based as opposed to a cream based soup. So that's just a little snack. It's obviously not a full meal, we don't have like protein or a whole pile of vegetables, but eating out and making do with what we have. Are you having a super time? I was too close for comfort.
Oh.
You can't get up? Will I die? I'm gonna die.
You'll die. What an idiot.
You might get my deck on video. This is what you should always respect, that weights are heavy, and if you drop them on your feet, you're gonna have ugly toes forever, man. Whew. Barcelona!
This is like a
Very.
beach.
Beach, almost,
Mountains.
almost sun, handsome tanned men. I will be the vine, live in me, will never die. I will be the new life.
Casually just looking around the lake.
Are you videoing it?
Yeah.
Good. Am I gonna make it, Laura?
No.
This is Kate Feehan as a child. I hope she watches this. I'm gonna tag her.
Yeah.
Clients be like, da-na-na, da-na-na. That's you, Laura. So I got a story for you. So, not here, but down in Rosscastle, anyone from Killarney, or there's been to Killarney, has probably been to Rosscastle. I got stung by 10 bees at once before. So I climbed up a little hill because I like to do stupid things even when I was a child. So I think I was about 8, maybe 9, and climbed up this little hill to the top where there was a tree at the top, so like the little pyramid hill. And then there was a tree at the top, climbed up the tree, and I was like, I want to get me some crab apples because crab apple fights are good crack, so I wanted to throw some crab apples. Started beating at the tree, and of course there's a beehive on the tree, and you shouldn't hit branches that have beehives on them. That's kind of logic. So they started attacking me. Then I fell off the tree and then proceeded to run down the hill, which was filled with thorns and nettles, and safe to say I was in a lot of pain. Stayed full. So what I'm going to do is add in another couple of small tips that are a bit kind of on the side, but that are still really useful in terms of controlling hunger so that you can allow for the extra calories in the first place. So what I'm going to do is focus on the day of like eating out. So you're going to be eating out at 6 or 7 p.m. So what I would do is start the day with something like an egg white omelette that has a lot of vegetables. So you've got things like spinach, tomatoes, onions. So you can add a lot of volume to that meal for very, very low calories, and the whole meal is going to be primarily protein with some additional micronutrients, which is obviously awesome. Then what you would do at lunch is again have a lean meat source, so something like your chicken or your turkey, and a big salad. So something like iceberg lettuce, you could have some spinach, some onion, some tomatoes, some peppers. Again, all of these low calorie density vegetables that are going to allow you to be a bit more satiated in response to your meals. Because one of the big drivers of feeling full after a meal is the actual signal received by those baroreceptors, so those stretch receptors in your stomach. If we can increase food volume to make your stomach feel like it's full, then that's going to send that signal then to the brain to tell you that you're a bit full and that you've had a big meal, even though the calories weren't that high. So it's obviously not the same as if it was a high calorie meal, but it is helping you, especially if it's just one day. So then you've got through breakfast and lunch, and then obviously there's a big gap between like your lunchtime and your actual dinner. So what I would encourage you to do, and this is something I found very helpful, is around 5 p.m, so 1 to 2 hours before you have your meal, what you would do is have a protein source. So something like a whey protein shake can be very useful, along with, I know this sounds silly, but a bag of spinach, okay? So if you can like literally just have a bag of raw spinach, it's gonna fill up your stomach so that you're full before you go to that meal, along with the protein, which is gonna be very satiating in nature. Those two things are gonna leave you going to your meal without this dying hunger, because that is one of the issues with restricting earlier on the day, is that you do come to the meal, then you're starving, and you just end up overeating far more than you normally would. So go there feeling normal. You're not crazy hungry, but you know, you're looking forward to your meal nonetheless. You still want to enjoy it. So like, if you consider how that has panned out throughout the day, you may have only eaten 600 to 1,000 calories, and then you've come to 6 or 7 p.m, and depending on like where your calories are, like on average, you're going to have 1 to 2,000 calories remaining for that meal, which I should hope is enough for you to enjoy yourself. If you require more calories than that to enjoy yourself, I would definitely be looking at your relationship with food and thinking that there are some issues there if you have the desire to binge to that degree. So guys, I know there are a million other little tangents we could go on with this video, and of course we'll get to them at another point, but this was mainly in response to Jack's question. What are we training, Marie?
We're training shoulders and arms.
What are you thinking for the warm-up?
Warm-up, a bit of bend more.
What are we doing, pressing first?
Yeah.
So some bands for the warm-up.
Yes.
Sweet, let's get on that. Let's get fucking ready on some monster. Yes. So very often when people are warming up for a certain body part, what they tend to do is stretch the muscle that they're actually working. Now, what I would propose as a slightly better strategy would be to actually stretch the antagonist muscles to the ones you are working. So for example, I'm going to be doing some shoulder pressing, meaning that I require to get my hands overhead into that position comfortably in order to press the weight actively with my shoulder muscles. So in order to do that, I need to have the active mobility to be able to get into that position. So what can help with that is actually stretching out my lats and ensuring that I'd be available thoracic extension and shoulder flexion, as you'll see me testing out here. So I'm starting off with a little bit of passive stretching on the lats, making sure that I can actually get my arms into that position, and that's what you'll see me doing here. So I'm doing a little active test, ensuring that in that position I actually have control and can do some passive end range lift-offs so that I have control in that range. And you can then see how that applies as we move over to the first pressing exercise. So you'll see I'm sitting pretty much upright with me, which means that when my arms are directly overhead at the top of the press, I need to actually have that mobility available to get my arms into that position without weight, so that I'm not forcing myself into that position under load, because that is how we're going to start picking up little niggles over time and also compromise our muscular development, since we're not actively controlling the range throughout. We're currently looking, probably going to get washed out a bit by the light, but give you an idea. And that's what we're looking at. I know you can barely see because of the light, but that is the current physique at 81 kilos, 81.3 this morning. Calories 2850, protein 200, carbs 380, and fats sitting at 65 grams. So that's where we're currently at, down a total of 6.5 kilos since starting the dieting process. And I'm going to go through my training program a little bit more in separate videos. Today was shoulders and arms. So I generally don't hit those on their own day. I've never really done it in the past. Shoulders have always been kind of a strong point. So I've never really put that much effort into them, because I did get quite a good return in my early days of training on my shoulders, because of training them properly. But a lot of the shoulder growth does tend to come down to how I actually train them, and hopefully you'll get some decent insights into some of the tips that I did give in relation to shoulder training, the lateral raises and things like that. And there'll be a lot more of that coming. And obviously we go through a lot of the actual in-depth kind of exercise mechanics side of things in the Triage Militia. Like, we give some insights on our Facebook page and our YouTube as well, of course. But the Triage Militia is really where we go into detail on the different things, the different individual variations. So before I finish up this vlog, what I want to do is throw in some clips of where I have been for the past 2 weeks. Because obviously I didn't have a vlog up for quite a while, because I was away in the Gorodishche orphanage in Belarus. So I'm going to throw in some of those videos to end this vlog, hopefully give you a little bit of feel good. I'm going to leave it there for this one. Thank you for watching, and of course, be happy.
Very cute.
I will get you, Gilt. Oh.
Лови, Настя.
О, Настя.
Доставай руки, поднимай руки. The hands. Ваня, подними руки, подними. Подними. Молодец, Настенька, вторую руку. Настя, две руки, две руки.
Tak? Możesz się tylko mączać i wsiądziesz, możesz wychodzić absolutnie na włosy, łączy na skrzydło uwolnić, myślę na włosy, prawda, jeszcze, odpal się mu, radziej się nie, pamięcie i patrzcie, a to są?
Look at me, Nikita. We go after that ball. Come on. Come on. Come on. So cute.
He's so adorable.
Vika.
Will you smile?
Vika.
Will you smile? Oh, will you smile? We get our did we get our photo, Vika? Oh, kuya ni nada. Stop, stop.
Stop!
Put on your hat, man.
Are you digging, boys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Colia.
That's the laugh. Look how excited you are.
Hello, Buster.
Oh, you're so excited.
Hello, Buster. Oh, come on up here. Come on up here. Oh. Hello.
Nikita. Привет, Nikita. Привет. Tanya, package it. Oh, girl. Oh,
yeah.
fab. Krasiva. Ruslana. Da. Pistolet. Sasha. Oh, Ruslana, a mí. Ah! Ruslana. Sasha. Dasha, oh. Dasha. Kähtälä. Oh. Ruslana's coming.
Ready? Dawaj, dawaj. Teraz?
Молодец, Саша, молодец. О! Что это?
Как Нина.
Smell good, girl.
그거는 한번에 와서 보았다. 나 가서 그냥 보면 나 가서 이제 커먼에 나 소리 오면서 그냥 안 돼. 보았다.